The Jolly Postman has delivered the mail. But what could possibly be in the letter from Goldilocks to the three bears? There's a message for the Wicked Witch, but who would write to her? Let's travel along with the Jolly Postman as he delivers letters to some of our favorite fairy tale characters. In the book entitled The Jolly Postman or Other People's Letters by Janet and Alan Alberg. Once upon a bicycle, so they say, a jolly postman came one day from over the hills and far away with a letter for the three bears. This envelope is addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Bear, Three Bears Cottage, the Woods. Let's see what the letter says. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Bear and Baby Bear, I am very sorry indeed that I came into your house and ate Baby Bear's porridge. Mommy says I am a bad girl. I hardly eat any porridge when she cooks it, she says. Daddy says he will mend the little chair. Love from Goldilocks. P.S. Baby Bear can come to my party if he likes. There will be 3 kinds of jelly and a magician. This
This
envelope is
envelope is
addressed
addressed
to
to
Mr.
Mr.
and
and
Mrs.
Mrs.
Bear,
Bear,
Three
Three
Bears
Bears
Cottage,
Cottage,
the
the
Woods.
Woods.
Let's
And
see what the
inside there's
letter
a letter
says.
from Goldilocks.
Dear
Dear
Mr. and
Mr. and
Mrs.
Mrs. Bear
Bear
and
and
Baby
Baby
Bear,
Bear,
I
I
am
am
very
very
sorry
sorry
indeed
indeed
that
that
I
I
came
came
into
into
your
your
house
house
and
and
ate
ate
Baby
Baby
Bear's
Bear's
porridge.
porridge.
Mommy
Says
says
I
I
am
am
a
a
bad
bad
girl.
girl.
I
I
hardly
hardly
eat
eat
any
any porridge
porridge
when
when
she
she
cooks
cooks
it.
it, she says.
She says
Daddy
Daddy
says he will
says
mend
he
the
will
little
mend the
chair.
little chair.
Love from
Love from
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks.
P.S. Baby
P.S.
Bear can come to my
Baby
party
Bear
if he
can come
likes.
to my
There will
party
be
if he
3
likes.
kinds of
There will
jelly
be
and a
3 kinds of
magician.
jelly and a magician.
So the bears read the letter, except Baby Bear. The postman drank his tea. And what happened next, we'll very soon see. Off went the postman, toodaloo, in his uniform of postal blue, to a gingerbread cottage and garage too, with a letter for the Wicked Witch. This envelope is addressed to occupant, gingerbread bungalow, the Woods. Occupant means whoever is living at that address. Open now, don't delay. This could be your lucky day. Free witch watch with every order. This looks like a flyer. It says it's from Hobgoblin Supplies Limited. Everything for the modern witch delivered to your door or den. Covens provided for. These are just a few examples from our enchanting stock. For further details, call 1-800-555-TOAD. No bad spells, please. So the witch read the letter with a cackle of glee, while the postman read the paper, but left his tea. It was green. Soon the jolly postman, we hear tell, stopped at a door with a giant bell, and a giant bottle of milk as well, with a postcard for, guess who? Who do you think it's going to be for? This envelope is addressed to Mr. V. Big. Think that means very big. Were you right? Did you know it was the giant? So it's addressed to Mr. V. Big, Mile High House, Beanstalk Gardens. And it's a postcard from Jack. Let's see what he says. Dear Giant Big, having a nice time, me. My mom and your hen what lays the golden eggs. It's better than traveler's checks. Saw a bloke as we was flying down. He was bigger than you. I've took note of his address. Take care of yourself and your talking harp. I'll be back for that one of these days. I shouldn't wonder. Bye for now. Your very little pal, Jack. So the giant read the postcard with baby on his knee, and the postman wet his whistle with a thimbleful of tea. Once more on his bicycle the postman rode to a beautiful palace, so we've been told, where nightingales sang and a sign said sold, with a letter for Cinderella. There's a surprise. This envelope is addressed to Her Royal Highness Cinderella, the Palace, Half Kingdom Road. And the letter reads, Dear Princess, we at the Piper Press hope soon to publish a little book for younger readers in celebration of your recent marriage to His Royal Highness Prince Charming. A copy of this book is enclosed for your approval. We trust this somewhat shortened version of your Highness's most marvelous tale will not displease you. We also trust that you will be comfortable in your new home and live happily ever after. Your humble servant and loyal subject to be, Peter Piper. Peter Piper, Managing Director, Peter Piper Press, Peck Place, Pickleton. And enclosed is a copy of the little book. It's called Cinderella, the Story of a Fairy Tale Princess. Well, that's pretty neat. Somebody wrote a story about Cinderella, and the publisher's sending it to her to get her approval of it before they publish it. Let's see what happens next. So Cinders read her little book, The Postman Drank Champagne, then wobbled off on his round again, and again, and again, and again. Whoops! Later on, the postman, feeling hot, came upon a grandma in a shady spot. But Grandma, what big teeth you've got! Besides, this is a letter for... Oh, who do you think it's for? Let's see. This envelope is addressed to B. Wolf Esquire, care of Grandma's Cottage, Horner's Corner, and it's marked urgent. Did you guess right? Did you guess it was the big bad wolf? This is a business letter sent from Meeny, Miny, Moe and Company, attorneys at law, Alley O Buildings, Toe Lane, telephone 12345. Let's see if you can tell what other fairy tales are talked about in this letter. Dear Mr. Wolf, we are writing to you on behalf of our client, Miss Riding Hood, concerning her grandma. Miss Hood tells us that you are presently occupying her grandma's cottage and wearing her grandma's clothes without the lady's permission. Please understand that if this harassment does not cease, that means if he doesn't stop it, we will call in the official woodcutter and, if necessary, all the king's horses and all the king's men. On a separate matter, we must inform you that Messrs. Three Little Pigs Limited are now firmly resolved to sue for damages. Your offer of shares in a turnip or apple picking business is declined, and all this huffing and puffing will get you nowhere. Yours sincerely, Harold Meany, H. Meany. Did you hear the reference to Humpty Dumpty when they said all the king's horses and all the king's men? And of course they were talking about Little Red Riding Hood and the three little pigs. So this big bad wolf has been in a lot of different fairy tales. So Grandma read the letter and poured the tea, which the not-so-jolly postman drank nervously. Now the jolly postman, nearly done, so is this story, came to a house where a party had begun. On the step was a bear with a bun, but the letter was for Goldilocks. This envelope at the top says, Please do not bend. And it's addressed to Goldilocks, 24 Blackbird Road, Banbury Cross. Oh, it's a birthday card. It says, 8 today, birthday wishes. And inside the card it says, pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Carry it in on a beautiful plate and light up the candles. Today I am 8. To Goldilocks with love from Mrs. Bunting and Baby. Do you know what nursery rhyme that's from? Bye, baby bunting, daddy's gone a-hunting, gone to get a rabbit skin to wrap his baby bunting in. and they sent her some money for her birthday. So Goldilocks put the money in the pocket of her dress, asked the postman to her party, and of course he answered yes. Once upon a bicycle, so they say, a jolly postman came one day from over the hills and far away, and went home in the evening for tea. And now we come to the end of our story. I hope you liked this book. It's one of my favorites.